obviously, we had to react pretty quickly because up until that Oklahoma City game with the Utah Jazz, we were all kind of the same mind that we were going to continue playing until the government agencies told us not to, or shut us down essentially. So we were a little bit caught off guard. I think the NBA had to deal with something very quickly in game time, and so that left us with not a lot of sleep on Wednesday night, and really speaking with our medical professionals and our healthcare advisors and our individual teams. So we took about, 9-10 hours to step back and evaluate our decision, because at that point we were prepared to play, and really worked through the night evaluating everything and understanding all the ramifications of the decision to suspend play, and then came up with what I thought was an excellent decision to keep our fans and our players and team staffs and safe, and that's the number one priority. So everything else takes a back seat to fan safety and player health and the well-being of everybody. So at the end of the day, assessing everything throughout the night was important, and I think the league and our owners, all of our teams, and I got to say the fans, waking up this morning to see all the support from the fan base, and I mean, the NLL fans are special. There's no question about it. And it's times like these where you really test the mettle of the fan base, and all the accolades and compliments that we received on how diligently we acted. And we're really proud of how everyone's handled themselves, from ownership to our member clubs to the league office. It's been really good.
Obviously, this affects a lot of people. Players especially, who now are kind of in limbo without games to be playing. How is the communication between the league and the Players Association going, and making sure that the right steps are taking place to keep these guys safe and adhering to the protocol that you guys are passing through?
Well, we've been in constant communication with the players' representatives, and I feel like they've really been part of this decision-making to do this, and are very supportive. And that's great. That's great to have that kind of relationship. So it's been really good there. I think that we're going to continue. My point I want to make, especially to you and all the fans listening out there, are we're not going away. We have a plan to stay relevant. We have some pretty cool stuff we're going to be doing on BR Live to keep the fans engaged, and putting up some really cool content that fans will be able to get their NLL fix every weekend and throughout the week. So our content people, BR Live, our players are going to be active and engaged. We're hoping that players are staying fit in this downtime, and they will also be getting fit on social media and communicating with the fans. So we're not going away, Teddy. It's just a different time. It's a pause button, if you will, on the season, and hopefully we'll get back to playing lacrosse very soon.
Is there a deadline in your mind that if this continues the way we are, and if the pandemic, for lack of a better word, continues to be a scare, that is there a line or a red line where you say, okay, this is too far gone, we have to move on from the season and unfortunately not play any more games this year?
And we really haven't been focused on creating any kind of deadline. Our healthcare professionals are giving us really good advice, and we don't see beyond that deadline. As I sit here today, and I caution everybody that this is a fluid situation, and there's a lot of unknowns that we don't know out there. So, but as I sit here today, I can very confidently tell you that at some point I'll be handing that trophy over to a championship team for our 34th season. I really believe that right now as I sit here. So, and that is based on the data that we are getting both from Health Canada, CDC, the World Health Organization, and the medical professionals that we're speaking to every day. So that now, having said that, that might change in a week or 2 weeks' time. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But right now, I can confidently say that we are going to play games and crown a champion this year.
Would the plan be with postponing the season, suspending the season to try and find a way to make up these games? How tough is it going to be working with NHL clubs and NBA clubs that you partner in those arenas with to find dates?
Well, we do that every year, as you know, to develop the schedule. We play in a lot of NBA and NHL arenas, and we do that every year. And ironically, we're just about this week getting ready to begin developing the schedule for next season, our 35th year. And now we got a little bit of a different task. We have to look at rescheduling these games that are going to be missed this weekend and potentially in future weekends. We're going to have to look at rescheduling those and fitting those into a competition window here over the coming months. So it really is no different. We know that the NBA and NHL are going through that same exercise. What I will say is, though, as the weather warms and people start to spend more time outdoors, indoor arenas do become more available, from music concerts going outdoors to things like Disney on Ice and the various family entertainment shows that usually take place in arenas during the winter months. Those tend to go away. We don't know if they're going to be rescheduled in through the weather months. They may or may not be, so that'll be a challenge. But it really is no different a challenge that we have scheduling arena dates like we do in any new season under normal conditions. So we'll just have to do it sooner rather than later. I've created a committee, an ad hoc committee to study scheduling. We did that at the board meeting in Las Vegas, and that ad hoc committee is scheduled to meet this afternoon to start looking at options to reschedule these games.
Obviously, the trade deadline was supposed to be on Tuesday. I would imagine that gets pushed back with everything that's happening.
Yeah, everything. Just think of a pause button on your phone or your television. We put a pause button right now on the season, so everything halts, including player movement and trade deadlines and trades themselves. Everything's on that pause button right now.
One final thought for all the players, fans, sponsors, everybody that's listening, to just give them some sort of glimmer of hope. As I sit here with the information I'm getting from our medical professionals and from all the agencies, I feel pretty good that we're going to end up handing that trophy out this year. I got to tell you, the fans have been unbelievable and supportive of our decisions here. It's so heartening to see that. NLL fans are truly special. And I thank them for that on behalf of our owners and our teams and the league office. It's just fantastic to see. So I feel good. We're not going away. Tune in to NLL.com and NLL on Twitter and BR Live this weekend, because you're going to see, you're not going to see live games, obviously, but I think everybody's at home anyway and trying to wade this thing out. So there'll be plenty of NLL content to digest and be part of. So the strong message is we are not going away.